Welcome back, everybody, to the Rebel Nutritionist podcast. Today, I am excited to have Dana Paz on. Dana is an herbalist and a skincare formulator, right? We're going to talk about what that is in just a second. Welcome, Dana. It's so nice to have you.
Thank you, Meryl. I'm so excited to be here. I actually checked your podcast after we spoke for the first time, and I am hooked. There's so much great information. Everything is so interesting. I love it.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, I'm thrilled to have you on. I'm excited about our conversation. I mean, after we met, which is like a few months ago now, I was intrigued by your formulations. I have tried your formulations. They are beautiful. I mean, they are talk about hooked. I'm hooked. Your
Thank
caffeine
you.
eye cream is like a bomb.
Thank you so
Um,
much.
so let's talk a little bit about, what you do, your business and how you got started and what you're currently doing now. I did hear on Instagram this morning that you said you're looking for some space. So let's talk about what that have
Mhm.
in it. And
That's gonna be a scoop. No one knows yet.
okay, so we don't have to talk about that.
That's okay. I can talk about it. I'm all about a good scoop.
Good. Awesome. Awesome. All right. So let's talk about where you're from. What have you how'd you start?
Okay. We I came. So first of all, I moved from Israel 8 years ago, and my father moved just after me, like a few years after me. He got married, and my stepmom is a doctor.
Mhm.
And when we moved after them to Boca, we wanted to be close. We
Right.
finally had family here, so we wanted to be close to them. We moved to Boca, and then COVID started. And it was just the beginning of it. There was no one was working, everything was closed. And my stepmom, she's a doctor, so she told me, you know what, let's open a medical spa together. We found a space, an office space in a building when they did like the COVID test, and they used to
Right.
sanitize the place twice a day, so it was perfect for us. And we opened it, and I did everything, from the business perspective, and she did all the injections and brought the clients. Of course, she had so many clients coming after her, and that's it. But it was a little bit slow at the beginning, and I got bored. And I'm a very avid um, student.
Mhm.
I love to learn. I love to study. I'm always research something. I'm always in the search for to know something new. So I booked myself to an online course, which was Master of Herbalist. Now, my background is that I started as a dancer. I was a dancer most of my life, and then I became a Pilates instructor and started doing physical rehabilitations and nutrition. So I studied all of that. I became very good at that, and so I'm always I was always a person who believed in the ability of the body to heal itself,
Mhm.
and that you need to support the body. You don't need to fix it. You need to support it, and it will heal itself. Exactly the same thing I do with my skincare, because my skincare products are very safe for everyone. Like, this is Dana Paz Beauty, safe beauty. That's my slogan, safe beauty, because I never work with irritating ingredients. I never work with things that can aggravate the skin condition or anything, just to support the skin, to
Mhm.
help it heal itself.
Right.
So I went to study to become an herbalist for a year. I thought it's gonna be like light, and then bam, a year of studying.
What?
It was too much, yes. But I made my first balm, and I did like extractions of oils and infusions and stuff. My husband told me, like, we look like Breaking Bad. Like, my house, yeah, herbs with, yeah, bottle with herbs and everything in containers and heating, so and like slow cookers and stuff. So I made my first balm, which was a arnica balm with a few more herbs that I infused, and I tried it on my son, and it totally healed his eczema.
Wow.
So I brought it to the med spa, and I was just like putting it there in a very ugly tin container, and people started buying it, and I was shocked. Like, they're actually paying money for this ugly thing.
Mhm.
But whatever was inside worked, you know? So, and then people started coming to me with like, I have dark spots, I have this, I have acne. And then I decided to go and, like I love to study. So I decided to go and study how to be a skincare formulator. And I studied organic skincare formulation. And then so there I became, a cosmetic grade formulator, and I started formulate everything. And things started working, like, and people got results. And I was still into, I didn't mean to do it like big or something. I just did it locally, and then all of our customers started telling me, here, take my friend. She's on the phone. Tell her everything you've got. And then it started being, it's exhausting. Explaining every person, all my products, the ingredients, everything. So I made a website, very ugly website. Everything was very, very like amateur. At first, it looked very like not professional. And this is how it rolled, and I opened an LLC and just started everything without even knowing that it's gonna be like this. And so the first name was Herbalink, because I'm an herbalist and I wanted it to have like the herbal link. But then, and this is my tip for everyone who's watching, when you find a name for your business, check carefully that no one else has anything that's even similar to it, with like trademark wise.
Right, right.
Because I applied for the trademark, I paid lots of money, over like $1,000. And then I 2 weeks before, I waited a year. It's like a year process.
Right, right.
I waited a year. I had a website, I had the marketing team, I had everything there. Like the business was flourishing. And bam, 2 weeks before I was supposed to get the trademark, someone opposed. Now, once someone is opposing, and the other company had a similar name, but it wasn't like exactly the same, but they were big, so they had the money to fight me. Even if like, even if they lose, I won't have the money and the funds to keep.
Right.
So I had to rebrand. I decided, it's either I'm quitting now or I rebrand everything. And I had no, for me, I already saw so much of impact on people's skin. And
Right.
I have my clients and my customers that keep buying every month. I couldn't just let go. I couldn't just, just
Oh,
disappoint
yeah.
everyone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I rebranded and I called it Dana Paz, which was the last thing I wanted to do because I didn't want anything to be on my name. I thought I'm gonna sell it, I thought
Right.
I'm gonna just build like a company, and 10 years later I'm gonna sell it. So I didn't want anything with my name, because then I think it ruined the bargain when you want to sell it, because then, okay, if the company is you, how can you sell and go out,
Right. But I think plenty of people do that now.
I'm really proud of the collection that I have now, and I'm really proud of the quality customers that I have. I feel like I have a special connection with most of them, which is
Anymore.
like not, yeah, not little, and still I know most of them. And for me, everything, if anything ever goes wrong, and if anyone sees my Instagram knows I'm very, very authentic. I'm very like real. I never fake. I never presume to be something that I'm not. I never show like a huge success behind things. If I don't succeed, I just recently closed my Amazon store, which just wasn't worth the time. It just so I think that, and I'm very honest about everything. So this is how I operate, and this is why I have such loyal customers, because if anything goes wrong, I stand behind it, and
Right. There's something to the authenticity of how you work. I mean, you and I are very similar like that. I am very much about being authentic and standing in my integrity, because Lord knows there's a whole lot of people who don't do that, right? And so I think most of what we see on the internet and on social media and everywhere else is so inauthentic that I think when people find someone like yourself, and I would hope myself, that they gravitate towards us because of that, right? Because they know we're going to take care of them and we're going to tell it like it is, whether they want to use it or not, or we're going to
Yeah, exactly.
show things like they are, whether they want to hear it or not. So,
Yeah,
so I appreciate that and I respect that immensely because I think we don't have enough of that in this world these days. So,
I think so too. Yeah, I really agree with that. And I think that I'm very open always for any collaboration for like if there's lots of other companies, like small companies that ask me questions. Where do you get your bottles? Where do you do this? And I always answer.
right,
Always answer. And I always make sure that they get my prices. And I always make sure, that they're getting the best because I don't believe in competition. I believe there's a space for everyone,
right.
and the more you're approachable, the more you um I don't know, the more you
See,
draw
thing.
people to you, yes, and get more opportunities. If you're and so I see lots of these people, they're not really in the range of success that they're showing. Um and I don't know. I think it's a shame. I think it's a shame. I think no one has nothing to be ashamed of the situation that you're in right now. This is exactly where you need to be, and you will be, whatever is meant for you will be yours.
Yep.
So less resistance, less pretending, and more just let go and be happy with where you are.
Yeah, I love that. So let's talk a minute, right? Organic and natural. I know when I talked to you about the products and you were like you were reading off the ingredients, right? Like you're almost like you could actually eat this.
Yes,
It was all real ingredients. And I think now more than ever with the environment the way it is and our levels of toxicity, like we know we are all toxic. And I think the hard and sad fact is that our kids, right, and our generations behind us are coming into a world that is so toxic. And skincare, right, is so important because our skin is our largest organ and it absorbs everything and it takes in everything. So, can you
everything.
talk about
Yeah.
organic, why that's important to you, and maybe some of what people don't know about that's on the market with the products that are loaded with, I don't know that I think people are getting better with reading ingredient labels on food. I don't know that they're so great about reading ingredient labels on skincare products and makeup,
Yeah.
so forth, right? So,
Yeah.
can we talk a little bit about that?
Sure. I'm gonna break some myth about that. I think
Oh,
now. I think first of all, I started as organic and natural, and I eventually, when I became Dana Paz, the more I studied and became more professional about my product, the less natural I got. So my products are not. They consider to be natural. So this is the thing. The regulations are not as tight and rigid as in Europe. So everyone can say they have like natural product as long as you have like some percentage of it natural. So I can claim my products are natural, but again, I am not the person who like gonna tell you everything is natural. 90% of the ingredients are natural, but some of the ingredients, if they were natural, it could risk the safety of the product. It could make a mold growth or anything that is far more dangerous for our health than this specific thing. So my products are and my ingredients are cosmetic grade, which is amazing and enough. I use lots of herbal extracts, lots of ceramides, for example, but everything was made in the lab. So I'm not using things that I make myself anymore unless it's in my balms. Because when you do something that is oil based, it's okay to use it because there's not it's not going to be any contamination. But so I think that natural products has a very low um, shelf life, very short shelf life. So if you want to keep them, you need to add some things that are not natural. And also, I did a reel about that. For example, a red dye for a lipstick. The natural is caramine. Caramine is bugs. So they take bug, it's like a red bug that they take, they sun dried it, and then they make it a powder, and you use it on your skin. Now, if you have any bug allergy or anything like that, this is like beyond the fact that it's gross. It's also very dangerous for people who has bug allergies, and there's many of them, So I would use things that are cosmetic grade. So this is one thing about that I think that natural and what I would look. Okay, so what I would look in is the ingredients list. If the ingredient list is endless, like exactly like you go to the supermarket and you want to buy something, if the ingredient list is endless, it's crap. But
Right.
the more ingredients list, there really, if you want, and in there's more fillers, there's more thickeners, there's more, and less of the real thing.
Right.
Now in skincare, when the more potency you have for the ingredients, the less ingredients you have, So if you have 10 ingredients, 12 ingredients, it's great because you have more of each and you have nothing that's not supposed to be there. If you have 20 ingredients, and let's say niacinamide, vitamin B3 is great from percentage like 2 to 5%. If you see it on the end of the product, it means that it's like less than 1% usually, and then it's less than the effective recommended usage. So there's lots of products that you think. So if I go to any store or anything and I want to see their ingredient list, first of all, check that it's not endless. That's the first thing I would check. More than natural, check it's not endless.
Got it.
That's
So when you say natural, then like what would be something, right? I guess it's this fine line of, okay, well, what should I be using versus what shouldn't I be using, right? Like, so the environmental working group has lists of different companies, right? I don't know if you're familiar with the environmental working group. They have lists of companies, like you scan the
yeah,
barcode and it'll tell you, is it on a scale of 1 to 10 safe, effective, and not, toxic. Right. So maybe toxic is a better word, right? And I think that's
yeah,
where you have to, this is where all of this gets so confusing for consumers. Because you say natural, well, okay, but then there's ingredients, like you said, that are in there that are not so natural. Then how do maybe we should then define it and say, well, is it really about toxicity then? And less
yes,
about natural? Like, can you enlighten people
definitely,
on that?
definitely. I choose safe over natural any day. I think that so in all these companies that check the products, and that's okay. Again, I think that nothing is black and white. If you find a product that's good for you and working for you, and it's clean of 10,000 ingredients in the list, then great, keep using it. So it's not black and white.
Right.
There are so when I say not natural, for example, peptides, lots of companies say they're natural. Again, I can claim that I'm natural, but my products are natural. But peptide, for example, which is one of the best ingredients for the skin, it's not natural. It's lab made, and ceramides. Ceramides are a component that we have in our skin,
Right.
but they're made in the lab. So it's not really natural. Again, it's
Wow.
natural. It doesn't come from nature. And I would again be a little bit suspicious of everything that comes from nature, that it's either a moisturizer or a serum or anything like that. I would use a body butter or a body scrub or anything that doesn't contain water. If it's natural, then it's okay. But I wouldn't use anything that contain water and oil together
Oh,
if it's coming from nature. It needs to be it needs to be cosmetic grade.
got it. So I see. Okay. So give me an example of one of your like ingredients in your products, let's just say, that are, that have a purpose.
Yeah.
And so let's take, for example, the caffeine eye gel or the serum or whatever, the cream
Yes.
that
Yeah,
you, right? Let's talk about that because I know, so many women are out there buying things that are anti-aging, right? So this would be something I would call anti-aging because it helps with those fine lines and the puppiness and all that. So can we talk about that and let us in on the ingredients that are in there, let's say, that are natural and then the ones that are not natural. But
Sure.
overall, you would say your products, even though if they're not all natural, they're not toxic.
No,
Oh,
nothing. It's I read this is why I like the cosmetic grade ingredients because you get a report, a very detailed report, like 9, 10 pages with everything and with the
right.
toxicity, sorry,
Yeah.
level and with the level of irritation it can cause and allergies. And I just want to remind that we are allergic to natural things,
Right.
right? So most of allergies will come from natural things. So it's better to get it without the additive, without the everything that's in the air and the dust and everything. There's a lot of things that we should consider when we buy something that call itself natural. It just needs to be cosmetic grade. It can be natural, but cosmetic grade. It's really important.
Right. But how would we
Um,
know as a consumer? You don't always walk around going, oh, it doesn't say cosmetic grade on the
No, but I would go to the Instagram. I personally, person again who likes to research, I look at the Instagram page, I look at the brand promise, I look at the ingredients, but I see the overall atmosphere and how they make it. Most
right.
companies will share if they're not like huge companies. The
Yeah.
small businesses will share how they make it, and you will see if the person lives to their promises or not.
Walking the talk. I mean, look, I always say, it's very similar to the supplement industry, really. Right. I
Definitely.
mean, there's so many different kinds of supplements, and people are always like, well, I'm taking this, I'm taking that. And I said, do you even know what's in it? Like everything that I sell or that that I formulate, I get a certificate of analysis, right? We know what's in there. We know if there's heavy metals. We know if there's the purity. We know the quality. We know where it came from. And if you don't know that about your supplements or let's say your skincare, why are you buying it? You're buying either an inferior product or perhaps a
Mm,
dangerous product overall,
yeah,
right? I mean, so
yeah, yeah. So
yeah,
in other words, why are you irresponsible with your health?
oh, I love that. Yes, why are you irresponsible? I think there's a lot of that. So let's go back to let's take your caffeine.
So first of all, I'm gonna name. I think so. I will. I'm gonna look at your question. That's what should we look at for when we're looking for something for anti-aging, and the answer is everything with hyaluronic acid, peptides, natural oils, not mineral oils, good oils. Um, if it says mineral oil, then it's a synthetic one.
Right.
So I would say peptides, caffeine, hyaluronic acid, anything with niacinamide, vitamin E, ceramides. I love kojic acid a lot because I think kojic acid is great for pigmentation
Mm-hmm.
or dark spots. It's
Okay.
good for the under eye as well. I have a kojic brightening cream. It's great to fade hyperpigmentation. It's great to fade acne spots, and it's really good for under eye darkness that comes from discoloration. So I use it myself, but I have lots of clients that use it during pregnancy. It's safe for pregnancy. Again, my motto is safe and effective.
Right.
If it's not safe, it's not effective, then it's out of the door. Yes,
Right.
but I think caffeine is really good because it stimulates the blood flow, the blood flow and the circulation. It's almost like reviving the skin, energizes the skin. So I would choose caffeine. I have it in most of my products. I always have most of the ingredients for me, less is more. The less ingredients you use and the more you use the ones that actually work, then you're gonna succeed with everything. So I take them and I just add, the kojic brightening cream has some of the ingredients that the caffeine eye gel has. But this one for brightening and not for circulation. So I added the kojic acid and I added the niacinamide. But both has aloe vera, both has marshmallow root extract, both has the same the emu oil. Emu oil is a very very healing oil. You can put it on a scar and it will work as is. without anything.
Wow.
Buy it on Amazon. Yeah, put it on your scar and it will work. It's amazing. So I think that as long as you keep the soothing ingredients, a lot of herbal extracts. I love herbal extracts.
Mhm.
And for anti-aging is hyaluronic acid, three ingredients: hyaluronic acid, peptides, and ceramides.
Right.
My top three.
Got it. So I'm just thinking, I see all these commercials, right, for like L'Oreal, and they have, these actresses who are like, oh, there's ceramides in this. And I feel like, or there's hyaluronic acid, right? They're using these buzzwords that keep
Yes.
you upset. So
Yeah.
how do we know what we're choosing? Again, anti-aging is thrown around everywhere, and we all buy into that. But really, what is anti-aging when we're talking about skin cream? Like when we're talking about product, because these really don't take away the wrinkles, do they?
No,
Right.
they
So
don't.
what
They can, yeah, they can work a little bit on that if they create. So it's not that you reverse time or stop time, but yeah, but it's like supplements. You support your skin. You support whatever is declining from age. You support it from the outside.
right,
Again, we have a medical spa, so I can tell you that whatever, if you want to really eliminate existing wrinkles, you need to inject.
right,
No way around that. But I think, first of all, when you go to buy a product and it's anti aging, check in the ingredient list where is the product located. If
right.
it's
So like
down,
hyaluronic acid, if it's low on the list, then it's not so effective, right? Or
so hyaluronic, specifically hyaluronic acid, is effective from 0.2%.
okay,
Yeah, so you will see it in the bottom of the ingredients list, but usually like ceramides are effective between 3 to 5%. I would check to see where are they. If they're very on in the bottom of the list, then it means that they didn't put much. Because some companies put ingredients just to claim that they have this ingredient.
yeah.
A lot of
Oh
marketing,
yes.
strategies.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So what are your, go-to like, how many formulations do you have in an existing line of product?
Oh my god. I think the one that I left, I have hundreds,
Well,
hundreds. I'm
oh,
always
wow.
working on something. No, the ones that I eventually kept. So now I have lots of other things that I'm doing. I'm formulating products for two other companies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm actually working on a new company that's supposed to launch in a few months. I'm working on very nice superfood oils, and I'm working with another company on lip gloss. And so I'm working on some. So I started getting into, the head of the behind the scene of doing more formulations for companies, um, helping people more like, how can I say it? Like guiding people through the process of how to do it, how to work with. I buy all my product packaging from China, so I do everything here in the U.S. But the packaging, the bottles, the jars are coming from China. So I've learned for years how to work with them, how to communicate with them, what are the steps, how to choose the right, that's a lot working with them, and how to choose the right supplier, and and if something goes wrong, that's the worst part. When something goes wrong and you
Right.
have the product, what do you do now? So I think I accumulated a lot of information during, well, an
Right.
experience, and now I'm guiding people with their own journey, which I really like. So I take the product. I had 21 formulations, and I dwindled my collection into 14, and I'm gonna dwindle it a little bit more, just for the ones that are really excelling.
Right.
The ones that performing the best.
So what are the ones that seem to really, take hold with people? What are people really
Oh, so first of all, the cleanser, the charcoal cleanser,
that was nice too. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's really good. And the thing is that men likes it as well because it's black. Like the
Well,
color of it is, so So I have lots of
So
teenagers. It's really good to balance the skin to draw to detox it from toxins, and so it's great with any breakouts, with acne, balance oiliness, and then you start seeing your skin getting smoother. And so I have lots of women that has like hormonal breakouts that it really worked on their breakouts, and I have teenagers that starting being very oily, and lots of our issues, not the ones that are like acne and really comes from like the gut
yeah.
or something, or like any situation, but most of our like pimples, breakouts, things like that are like superficial, comes from dirty skin. Just keep your skin hygiene. This, I tell people, when you rub the cleanser on your face, count anything between 30 seconds to up to 1 minute while you're rubbing it, and then let the cleanser work on your skin. Let it really
Mm.
clean your skin, and then wash it off. Don't put it and just wash off. And they see lots of difference. Like, it makes a
Wow.
difference. Yes, it's a very good tip.
30
Yeah.
seconds to a minute. I did not know that. I definitely don't think I do that.
Yeah. So do that, you will see a difference. That's a lot of, yeah. Your
But
skin is flawless, but
well, I've been using your stuff and I work hard,
wow,
right? But it's, I mean, I pay attention. And I think, the other part of this is your skin is a reflection of what you're eating,
it's so true,
right? So if
so true.
your diet, I know you said some of the breakouts and stuff are from dirty, dirty skin. Fine, I 100% agree with that. But, then the more persistent stuff that we see on our skin, even things like, so, whether it's acne or eczema or those kinds of things come from the inside, right?
Yeah,
Or just,
definitely. Our skin
yeah,
is a reflection of the inside, for
yeah.
sure.
So, so I think that's the other part of it is, are you taking care of your skin by what you're eating? And the more processed foods you eat, the more you're going to see it reflected in
Yeah,
you, right?
totally. And I share it all the time like that. It's not enough,
Right.
going like you can rub you can rub creams on you all day long, but if you're not eating right, if you're not going to the gym to detox yourself, sweat, just sweat. Sweat is so much, if you don't activate your lymphatic system, if you don't do all of this, there's no circulation in your body. Everything will get stuck there, and it gets out through your skin.
Yes. Yes. So true. So, so what are your
Oh,
give
yeah.
me an idea of some of your, tops that you happen to really love and
Okay.
why, you know?
Like the product.
Where Okay, so the cleanser is one. I mean, we don't have to go
Yeah,
through all
the cleanser, yeah. No, 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 I'm gonna think
I think
maybe 4.
your
So the
top
cleanser is one, the other one, is the Kojic brightening cream, which is really good also for every age. I have teenagers that use it, I have, like, adults that use it, pregnant, women that use it. It's really good to just, even the skin tone,
right.
help to balance it, the discoloration and everything, and it's also an eye cream, so it's an eye and face cream, so it's like
Uh,
2 in 1.
Nice.
The third one is, of course, the ceramides.
Right.
The skin repair ceramide is just, I think everyone needs ceramides in their skincare routine, no matter what age they are, because it helps to support the skin barrier, to repair our skin barrier. And every issue you have with your skin starts with a compromised skin barrier. So this is one of my, like, this is the top three. The fourth one, and the fourth one is the pore minimizer serum. We called it pore minimizer just because it balances the skin so good that it looks like it shrinks the pores. Now, nothing shrinks really the pores, but once your skin is balanced,
Mm.
and the pH is balanced, then it's the pores are, like, in their real size and not enlarged, or seem open, and the texture looks like, you see texture. So this one really smooths the skin. And those are my four one, and the fifth one is the eye cream.
Right.
Is the caffeine eye gel, which is very popular, I think, because people like gimmicks. It works. It
That's
really works. It's a
wow.
good cream. Yes,
Yes.
but people, yeah, it works, but people like it because they know that coffee eye cream, there's like
Oh, right, right. That,
this
yeah.
is,
Yeah.
but it's a very good eye cream.
No, it is. It is. So what is next for you? I know you did kind of drop a little bomb on Instagram today. You were like
Yes.
going out looking for a retail space. Can we talk about that, or are we not quite ready to talk about
Course. No, no. I was looking for a spot to talk about it, and I'm happy that it's here.
it?
So my next so ever since I don't know, like I don't want to talk a lot about it, but ever since October 7th, I think most Jewish people in the world, something has changed. We're all changed. And um something about me that I haven't done what I like for 8 years. I didn't do the rehabilitation and the physical stuff that I'm very good at, and I got a gift in that matter. Like I never planned to be that, but I was a big thing in Israel with that, and everyone knew me. And I helped with injured soldiers, and I helped to recover. I worked with hospitals for after heart open heart surgeries to work on the lung capacity, and so I'm really good at that. So I decided that I'm not helping enough, I'm not giving my impact I'm not doing what my soul really meant to do. I am doing because Dana Paz, it's really what I believe. It's exactly the same thing. I'm supporting the skin. I'm helping. There's lots of clients that are telling me like my skin is different. My confidence is so much better. I'm so confident now. I don't wear makeup anymore. So I know that I'm doing that, but I also have another gift. So I'm gonna combine these two gifts, and I'm gonna open a mini wellness center that I'm gonna do Pilates reformers there with rehabilitation. Yeah, it's gonna be more rehabilitation, like physical rehabilitation oriented. So I'm gonna have like the studio with the beds, and I'm also gonna have like a private section there, and we're gonna sell Dana Pez there.
Right.
And I think that what's going on is like everything became local, more local for me. I'm gonna have a lecture next week, exactly a week from now on Friday, in the Boca Cosmetic Academy of with my products. And so I'm gonna start probably getting more locals into estheticians, like sell to estheticians. And I have of course, my clients, but I totally stopped making any ads, any Facebook and Instagram ads. I just stopped
Mhm.
because I feel like I don't know. I feel like my everything is like coming into my luck opens now with local businesses. So I'm doing that, and I'm gonna open something that is Pilates with skincare, and let's find a space first because no one is calling me or texting me or
Well,
emailing me back.
we just put that globally out to the universe. Let's see what
Yeah,
I can.
I
So
yeah,
okay,
I
looking
told
forward.
my brother. Oh, sorry, I told my brother yesterday. I feel like that girl that like broken up from her ex, and sits at home and says, "Why doesn't he call me? Why doesn't he take?" So this is me with realtors now. I'm like, "Why didn't he call me? Why no one answer my emails?"
Right. Well, the
Yeah,
right place will come along. I know that from personal
yeah.
experience, right? And so, and you'll, I'm sure you will find it because your energy is just so amazing, and your
Thank you.
gifts are amazing. And I think when you want to share and are ready to share your gifts in that way, the universe opens that door. I'm
Yes,
a big believer in that. And so, and you're looking to do it locally in Boca, correct?
yes.
Okay. So for anyone listening,
Yeah, please, if you know
thank
any space available,
All right,
please
well, yeah,
know.
keep posted, about that and, how we can help support you. I look forward to
Thank
that.
you so much. Yeah, you're gonna come to do a session
Oh,
with me one on one. Yeah,
sign me up, sign me up.
yeah,
Yes. So, yes, very excited, and I think, you were very generous. You're giving our listeners 20% off, I believe. Is that correct?
yes. I never do that. I am a person who believe that gifts are better than discounts. So I always give a product as a gift and not like a sample, a full size product as a gift
Right.
with every order. But yes, but everyone who will use the code, so I made the code Rebel20, so they're gonna get 20% off and also a product as a gift. So yeah,
Nice, nice. So I will tell you from personal experience, that, I love the products. I think I've used it was great. You had the little trio that was a sampler, right? It was the cleanser,
yes,
the ceramides, and the eye cream. And then I went and bought the full size because I like them so much. So that was awesome. But I love to be able to support someone local and who's authentic and who stands and who I know whose products non-toxic, clean, and are effective. I think that's the other piece of this is you can have non-toxic and natural products, but are they really effective? And I can say that yours are. And I enjoyed, just learning so, I've done other talks with women who do, estheticians or whatever, ingredients. But I like this conversation. It was a little more like in the weeds of what you really need to look for and where the products are and I mean the ingredients are in the labels and just getting to know, the formulation part of it. So thank you for sharing that with us.
thank you so much. I'm very grateful for being here today and grateful for your support. Thank you
Of course.
so much.
Of course. Any last words you want to share with our audience?
Um, I think that for me, I think that what makes me stand out better than my other. So I think what I think if you go to any store, no matter which store, and you read the ingredient list, and it can be amazing, but it came from China or from somewhere and sit in a storage for a long time in high temperatures and came all the way, and set in another storage, and then you can read the ingredient list and it might not be even active anymore because everything was, ruined in the way and you have great ingredient list, but the product are not active. I'm not saying that the products in the stores are not active. I'm just saying that I feel that what makes my products active is that they are fresh.
Right.
So when you get the product, my products, they're freshly made. It will look like it comes from a big company, but it actually comes from my personal lab and I make everything and no product sits more than 2 weeks. So
Wow.
you get a freshly made product. I make very small batches and I prefer this because this is what I discovered that works the best. It's effective. And again, like fruit, like food. If
Right.
you go to the tree and take yourself an apple and eat it, the value and the amount of vitamins and nutrition inside will be much higher than the one that you get from Mexico and got the wax on it and and they freeze that and then so it's exactly the same.
100%. I mean, we were talking about, I don't know, I think it was actually an Instagram thing, but then I went ahead and looked at, when you get food from a grocery store, I think they did the thing that they did was like spinach, right? And baby spinach, like by the time it gets to the grocery store and then it sits, and then who knows when you get it and you get it home and you eat it, the percentage of the vitamins is so low is so
Yes.
low as opposed to, if you were able to get it from a local farmer or if you grew it yourself. And obviously not all of us can do that, but like you said, you go pick an apple, it's much better.
Yeah.
Same thing with skincare. And it's so true, right? Because you
Yeah.
want to use something that's fresh and not sitting there and not outdated and expired. And so
Right. This is why you need supplements as well, because no matter how healthy you eat, the food is not that
right.
nutrition anymore.
Same goes for the supplements. You gotta look at the ingredients and you gotta know where
Yes.
it's sourced and, so it's no different. I mean, I feel like it's a very parallel kind of product where
Yes.
that you wanna know what you're putting in your body, and I feel like not enough people are their own advocates. They're listening to a friend, they're listening to the marketing.
To a TikTok trend. Today's TikTok.
Yeah, I always
The
say,
worst thing, TikTok.
"Hey,
Wow.
university." I'm like, "How is it that the people on TikTok get more traction than me who has the degree. Like, I don't get that.
Yeah.
How is that more credible? It kills me. Like someone will say to me, well, but I saw it on TikTok. I'm like,
Yes.
it's me.
Yeah, that's I
Look,
don't understand that. Yes. I think maybe I'm too old for that, but I don't understand that.
I don't either. I don't either. No, you're
No,
definitely
just be
maybe
responsible.
for it. But anyway, but it's yes, agreed. I mean, you can't believe everything you hear on TikTok, on social media. do your due diligence and know what you're putting in your body and putting on your
Exactly.
skin. You know, you really do need to pay attention. So, I appreciate the conversation and best of luck. Keep us posted and
Thank you so much. I will definitely.
awesome. Awesome. All right, everybody, make sure you take advantage. We are putting the code in the on the link in the caption. And
Out.
share with your friends, you know, subscribe, comment, and like, and enjoy Dana's products as much as I have. This is your Rebel Nutritionist signing off. Make it a great day, everybody.